Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Amy. This is Casper, our DIY camper van. Come on in. So this is our entire kitchen, all 26 inches of it. We chose a nice deep sink here and our water faucet that has filtered water. We also have a 4-gallon Bosch water heater underneath with 20 gallons of fresh water in the garage area. We chose to use a microwave as our cooking surface. We can always add more cooking surfaces. We use a hot plate or even our jet boil and things like that, but we use our microwave so much for so many things. So just a little college microwave that doesn't require too much energy draw. So we built this great little shelf to keep our microwave up that actually has enough of a lip on it so it doesn't kind of slip forward. And then this little nook here to store little things like books and first aid and soap and stuff like that. So this is a really handy little storage area. And of course, we don't go anywhere without our coffee. So we have our Keurig little slim coffee maker here. It actually does fit right here for when we choose to lift up the countertop and use this as a full bathroom. We just have it spaced over right now since we're not doing that. And then this just stays in place with museum putty. We use it for a lot of the things on our counters that we don't want to move while we're driving and up on the shelf behind me. Coming over here, this is our bathroom area. Under this counter, we do have our toilet and an actual shower with warm water. Our gray tank is mounted underneath the frame of the van. And although we don't use it often, it's really nice to have when you really need a shower, but it's more of just kind of an emergency use. And then we didn't do any upper cabinetry here to keep things open, but also we need to be able to flip this up. So we have our daughter's original watercolor artwork there that fills the space nicely and keeps it open and bright and airy. So another thing here is our cabinetry. You'll notice that we don't have any drawers in our build. A, we're first time builders and we just don't have that kind of experience and we're a little bit intimidated to try to build something like that. And B, we've heard horror stories about them flying out regardless of what kind of systems you use to keep them in. So we just decided to do cabinet doors and then, storage from IKEA, things like that. We can, keep all of our cups and silverware and all sorts of things in this little guy. And then we have, pull-out drawers too. So these are closed with magnets, and then we have our leather poles so that as we're kind of walking by, we're not sliding into hard things. And we've been really happy with the system so far. So we decided to build our own van during COVID. Our kids were getting ready to go away to college and we had a little time on our hands. So we spent about a year building this out and making it into our perfect tiny home on wheels. So we've always loved camping and we wanted to be more easily mobile and not have to have a plan and have a campsite and whatnot. So we decided to go with the van life option and we have been so happy.
I like the challenge of it. We got to learn so many things building this. I mean, you have to learn to be a carpenter, a finished carpenter, a plumber, an electrician. And the challenge of it was great. We couldn't have done it without YouTube. I spent hours upon hours, but it seemed to have worked out all right.
So here we are at the other side of our kitchen pantry area where we have, again, just another cabinet door with, bins like this that really suit the area well and maximize the space. We keep all of our food there, and then on the bottom down here we keep all of our cooking supplies. So our anytime pan, our hot plate, we even use the little mini waffle griddle makers to make, cinnamon rolls and things like that. And then of course our truck fridge. Our truck fridge is actually the reason this whole area is designed this way. We were originally going to do a chest fridge. We were not happy with the one that we bought. So we ended up with this truck fridge. That's the actual brand. I am an ice cream fanatic and I have to have my freezer that keeps ice cream and holds it. So most of the fridges I found did not actually hold a pint of Ben & Jerry's, but this freezer holds 6 of them. So that's the whole reason behind this one. But it also, it stands nice and tall. We don't have to dig for anything, and it draws very little energy. So That's what this area was designed about. We found some just really cheap IKEA butcher block tabletops and cut them down and used them for all of our surfaces in here. And this cute little mirror you know, catch-all I found at a thrift shop for $6 and just gave it a fresh coat of paint, and it works perfectly for this space. And so on the end here you can see we can monitor our power. We have our inverter switch right here, and then a couple little catch-all bins. We put our shoes down in the bottom there, which is really nice to keep them off the floor, out of the way, and just stick them in on their toes, and it really holds a lot. And then just all kinds of catch-all right there, especially when we've got the dogs with us. Leashes, treats, all the things. So we spend a lot of time in Southern California. That's our home base. Joshua Tree down in the Southern California beaches. Laguna is my favorite. But we do like to go up the coast, head toward Big Sur. Our son's in San Francisco a lot of the time, so we've been up that way.
Utah.
Yes, our daughter's in Salt Lake City doing her 4 years at the university there, so we make our way out to her every now and again, and we'll be doing a big Pacific Northwest road trip coming this fall with Oregon, Washington, Montana, Idaho, all the good things, coming down through Utah and heading back home. So that's going to be our biggest road trip to date. All right, so here we are in the front of the van. Kept it pretty simple up here. We just have some cheap little storage baskets with all of our doggy bags and all of our electrical cords and you know, snacks for the road, all organized up here so it doesn't fall out. And then we did do a swivel seat here in the passenger seat and our Lagoon table mount that can kind of swivel around and even go right outside the van as a nice little perch for our drinks if we don't want to do the full setup. I love to travel with my little cup holder flowers. So when I'm road tripping, you can bet that I will go get my $3.99 Trader Joe's bouquet of flowers, and that's kind of my final touch, like we are heading out on the road. Let's make it a good day. So here we are in the rear of the van. This is our sleeping area. We're getting older. Our kids are gone away to college, and we needed to have a very comfortable sleep space, and I didn't want to do a whole lot of work converting things whenever we're on the road and we just want to pull over and head to bed. So we have a fixed bed system back here. We have our little bump outs here with just some peel and stick wallpaper from Target, but I think it really does like add a little bit of a punch to the design back here, so that's one of my favorite things. We built this overhead shelf. It, you know, holds a lot of little knickknacks from our travels, some family photos, and then, you know, even has some nice lighting back here, just a little bit of light when you're in bed at night. And we have our reading lights here with our cell phone chargers that plug right in there, so that's nice and convenient. And then here we have our Coleman Mach 8 Cub air conditioning unit with the optional heating coil installed. So we have air conditioning and heating and just a fan back here for this area that we use quite often. This has kind of been a key thing. You'll notice we didn't go with any windows in the back just for privacy and safety reasons. So having, you know, the fresh air circulate with this kind of makes up for not having windows and openings back here. And then over here we have our smart TV. We were inspired by the Bacons to get some technology going in here. So we've been really happy with that. It's on a swivel that can turn all the way 90 degrees here, or we can even watch it out of the back of the van while we're tailgating, things like that. And underneath our bed system is our garage. Let's go take a look.
My profession, I'm a certified public accountant, and luckily I just partially retired, most of the way retired. So we have more time to do some traveling around. It's been nice. And
I'm a nurse and I work 3 12-hour shifts a week. So that frees up about 4 days a week. And if I can work at the end of one week and the beginning of the next, I typically work about 6 or 7 days on and 7 or 8 days off. So every other week I'm on vacation. Another big reason that we wanted to build this van and get out more.
the way we designed the garage is we did all of the electrical on this side forward and all of the plumbing here. So we have our 20-gallon fresh water, and this goes right under the sink. So we have our water heater, our filter system, our pumps are all on this side. And even the gray water tank is underneath the frame on this side. And then this box contains all of the electrical system, 3,000 watt Victron, 300 amp hours of battery. This circuit panel does our 12 volt and our 110, so it's all nice and neat together. And some people want to know why we built the height. This, for us, it was so we could sit up in bed, and the garage was just the afterthought. And then we designed it so it would all fit in after that. This area here, we keep, like, this box is our firewood. We also keep our solo stove and an electric bike, a little tiny one that'll fit right here, which kind of fills up the area. Our dog leashes, the dogs take a lot of space. Our tables, our tools here, so if something breaks, we can at least get started on a fix. And this is our van.
So you can find us on Instagram at Casper the Camper Van. And thanks, Tiny Home Tours, for checking our van out. We'll see you out there.
See you later.